The 85 Canons of the Holy and Renowned Apostles, together with an interpretation of them in the common dialect of modern Greek, translated into English. Canon 16 to 19. Canon 16. If, on the other hand, the bishop with whom they are associating, admits them as clergymen in defiance of the deprivation prescribed against them, he shall be excommunicated as a teacher of disorder. Cf. cc. 7, 18 to the 6th, c3 of Antioch, and cc. 63, 64 of Carthage. Interpretation. Only the bishop of Carthage has a right to take clergymen from wherever he chooses, in accordance with an accepted and ancient custom, though in any case from bishops subject to him, and to allocate them to the churches of his own province, in accordance with c. 64 of the same council. But as for other bishops, they are never given such a right. On this account the present apostolical canon, being dependent on the above canon, both as respecting the phraseology and as respecting the meaning, says, "But if the bishop in whose province these foreign clergymen are dwelling, notwithstanding that he is aware that they have been suspended from office in accordance with the canons by their own bishop, should admit them as clergymen performing their duties as such any duties, that is to say, of the clergy, let such bishop be excommunicated. For the reason that he is becoming a teacher of disorderliness and of scandals." Read also the concordant canons in the margin. Canon 17. Whoever has entered into 2 marriages after baptism, or has possessed himself of a concubine, cannot be a bishop, or a presbyter, or a deacon, or anything else in the sacerdotal list. Cf. C3 of the 6th, and c. 12 of Basil's. Interpretation. No matter how many sins a man has committed before baptism, they cannot prevent him from taking holy orders and joining the clergy, since, and we so believe, holy baptism washes them all away. Not so, however, in the matter of sins committed after baptism. On this account the present canon ordains that whoever after holy baptism marries twice, one marries twice not only by taking a second wife, but also by becoming formally betrothed to another woman by virtue of a religious rite, or even if he weds a woman plighted to another man, or keeps a woman as a concubine. 1. He cannot become a bishop, or a presbyter, or a deacon, or be in any way placed among the number or in any rank of the sacerdotal list. Canon 18. No one who has taken a widow, or a divorced woman, or a harlot, or a housemaid, or any actress as his wife, may be a bishop, or a presbyter, or a deacon, or hold any other position at all in the sacerdotal list. Cf. cc. 2, 26 of the 6th, and c. 27 of Basil. Interpretation. If the Jews who were priests were forbidden to take as wives any prostitute or woman chased out of house by her husband, or one having a disreputable name of any kind, for it says, "They shall not take a wife that is a whore or profane, neither shall they take a woman cast out by her husband, for he is holy unto his Lord God, and he shall take a wife in her virginity." Lev. 21-7, 13. How much more is not this forbidden to the priests of the gospel? For, it says, "Behold, in this place is one who is greater than the temple." Matt. 12-6. On this account the present canon ordains that anyone who takes as his wife a widow or a woman who has been chased out of house by her husband, or a whore, or a slave girl, or one of those women who play on the stage or have a role in comedies or play the part of various persons, cannot in any way at all be counted among those on the sacerdotal list. Because all these women have been maligned and given a bad name. Those men who are in holy orders must be irreproachable from all angles, and blameless, as blissful St. Paul says, 1 Tim. 3-2. Canon 3 of the 6th says that presbyters, deacons, and subdeacons who have taken a widow, or who after ordination have fallen into an illegal marriage, if they divorce their wives, may be allowed to remain suspended from priestly orders for a short while and be subjected to penances. Afterwards they may resume their proper rank in holy orders, but may not advance to any higher rank. Notwithstanding that the 6th accommodatively provided a compromise for such clergymen at that time. Thenceforth, however, it prescribed that the present apostolical was again to be in full force and effect. Canon 19. Whoever marries 2 sisters, or a niece, may not be a clergyman. Cf. cc. 3, 26 of the 6th, c2 of Nea Caesarea, cc. 23, 47 of Basil, and c. v of Theophilus. Interpretation. Among marriages some are called illicit, which are those contracted with relatives or heretics, and others are called illegal, such as those of one who takes as his wife a woman of whom his father had acted as guardian since she was an infant, and other damnable marriages, such as those in which one takes as his wife a woman who had been consecrated to God, or a nun. In a common appellation all these marriages may be called unlawful, as the 6th in its c. 3 terms unlawful all marriages commonly that are embraced in App. cc. 17 and 18, but the present canon deals only with illicit marriages, by prescribing, whosoever takes to wife 2 sisters, or takes an older niece of his as his wife, cannot become a clergyman. Because any illicit marriage, whether by reason of blood or of marriage ties, not only prevents one from becoming a clergyman, but also subjects him to penances. For St. Basil the Great in mentioning those taking 2 sisters in his cc. 78 and 87, rules that they shall abstain from the mysteries for 7 years, according to his 68, while c. 2 of Nea Caesarea ordains that any woman shall be expelled from menalepsis, or participation in the Lord's Supper, for life who has married 2 brothers. Canon 27 of Basil the Great prescribes that any presbyter who shall unwittingly fall into an unlawful marriage, i.e., one involving a relative, shall be allowed to share only the honor of his seat, but shall abstain from all other activities connected with the priesthood, and shall not bless anyone either secretly or openly, nor shall he in any case administer communion to anyone. This same canon of St. Basil was repeated verbatim by the Sixth Ecumenical Council in its c. 26, adding thereto that the unlawful marriage is to be dissolved first. And thus shall he have a right to enjoy the honor of his seat. Canon the Fifth of Theophilus says that anyone who takes his niece before his baptism and is ordained a deacon after his baptism is not to be deposed if she has died or he has left her before cohabiting with her carnally. The civil law, contained in BK 6, Title 37, commands that all unlawful marriages be dissolved and punished. As for those who are cohabiting with two sisters, or with their niece, as this apostolical canon enjoins, it commands that their nose be cut off, and they themselves shall be soundly cudgelled, as well as the women who ruin themselves along with them. If, on the other hand, such persons refuse to be separated, they must be parted with the might of the law against their will.